they do even no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo, my people make you shout. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come man of the.
Hello there. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Thank you so much for joining me. I know that many of us have been following the new development in Nigeria election, okay? So the government magic, the abracadabra, the manipulation, the rigging, and making you feel like what you're just saying is not what it is like. It's taking place. It's happening now. People will say, that's what we're going to shed light on tonight. There's still no clear results where this is headed.
Godfather is in.
Share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. And to my new friends on Mayegun's Diary Political on YouTube. I'm talking about the surge of new subscribers that we call the new members into the Temple of Truth. You are very much welcome. Okay, I hope you find your congregation or congregating with us here. You'll find it more enlightening, and then mind you know what I mean, like mind blowing.
Lórí Facebook, and yes, Lórí YouTube,
INEC in Nigeria has confirmed the victory of Tinubu. I'm going to use mostly tonight, I'm going to use their real names, okay? Just for the sake of our new members in the Temple of Truth, okay? And before I get into that, okay, let me tell you, you see all the names that we call here are just our own way of trying to describe individuals that we are talking about and the roles they are playing in whatever Nigeria is currently passing through. There's so much going on. So, but I'll tell you a few before we get fully into this. So, Kolu, I've heard or I've seen people ask questions about what is the meaning of Kolu. Right, Kolu. When we say Kolu, we are talking about Tinubu. Now, Kolu means that a sick man. You know all those sickly chicken. When your chicken is, I don't know, some of you are like a chicken farmers. When your chicken begin to develop some coli and kolu or urine, you know that stuff. Like they'll be like that. I'll be like, I'm gonna kill this chicken before it dies. So somebody named him that kolu, and somehow it's stuck. And we have been and he has so many names. Okay, if you hear names like Tifnumbu, Jaga Banditi, Jaga Addicti, Ashiwaju Awagbiru, you know what I mean? Some will say Jaga Pupu, Jaga Pampas, or Jaga PP. There's so many names people actually use on this platform. So don't, if you are somebody who is easily triggered, all right, you are going to feel much offended, okay? And I'm going to advise you that maybe after this whole noise about elections in Nigeria, you would have to excuse yourself. But I would love you to stay, seriously. But if you have any personal attachment to them, you are never going to find us interesting. Trust me. It's just going to be like, what is he talking about? Why is he just like, it's like it's just being vulgar. You know what I mean? No, we are not. So we use them to describe these people, and then they work well. So if you hear names like Garbage Shehu, That is Buhari's media advisor. That is Garba Shehu. So if you heard something like Femi Okonu Adesina, you can remove the Okonu and just put Femi Adesina. You know who Femi Okonu Adesina is, right? So if you hear names like for Food Kayode, right? That's FFK. You know who that is. If you hear names like Bokwari, a breeding money coin, lifeless Bokwari, we are talking about Buhari. And if you hear names like Pastor Ruga, Oshunbade Pastor Ruga, special, I mean, what do you call it? Agbowori Babaoja, things like the special advisor to Bokwari on burial arrangements, condolences visits, and then a trader money or markets money. So we are talking about Pastor Ruga. We're talking about Oshibajo. There are many like that. If you hear names like Isaleko Barack Obama, yeah, that's Fashola. We are talking about Fashola. You can say Ajangbadi, Albert Einstein. That is also Fashola. If you hear names like Aregbe Mugubaba Kabiru, of course, you know we are talking about Aregbe Shola. There are names. But if you hear names like Buhari Danes, Buhari Didernes, Buhari Denotus, Buhari Dijatus, Buhari Shukus, Ungus Yaris, Uneka Harris, you know, if you hear names like that, those are the Nigerian-based Buhari idiot, like, you know, the BMC, the Buhari, APC, Vuvuzelas. Okay? But in that category as well, right, we also have the obedient fools, the sophisticated morons, and the on-boot slaves. Now, you see, the obedient fools are the ones that whatever the establishment does, they are cool with it. They obey. They will tell you, I mean, I love Nigeria. Oh, I do this and that. Not that they really mean it, okay? But they are doing so just to reassure themselves that they are loyal to a system that they can really describe, okay? We call them the obedient fools. You obedient haven't really come to be when that name came to be on Mayegun's diary, political obedient fools. Today, some of you obedient take offense in that. I'm sorry. The name was actually for the APC, because those are the ones that, you know what I mean? Then we have the on-boot slaves. Now, the on-boot slaves, right, are those who have accepted their fate. Now, you trying, some of you trying to challenge the status quo is like reaching. You are reaching. What is wrong with all of you? Why do you like trouble? Why do you like problem? If things are not working well in the country, then let us pray. Let's pray to God to fix it. Why is everybody trying to? I mean, well, this person is this, you know, but at least, let us just pray for them. Those are the on-boot slaves. They are old. We have old and young. Do you get that now? Then what other name? They have the Abrodian uncles and aunties that we call the Mumumadus, the Bele lecturers, the Mumu lecturers. In the last 7.5 years, for many of you who have endured the BMC, Buhari Media Center on social media, you will realize that there are those ones who are like abroad base, the Mumumadus, right? Those are the ones that have left Nigeria for about 40-50 years ago. You know, when Nigeria was still at 12 states, Bende State, Gongola State, that kind of they've left. Those were the ones that, you know, their poor parents were able, in that Nigeria then, they were able to put resources together and send them abroad. Communities, villages in different parts of Nigeria will put their resources together. They will send somebody abroad to go and study, to become something, either to become a lawyer or become a doctor or become a specialist in something, so that you can come back to that community, to the country. Most of these guys left. Many of them ended up in jail, ended up in terrible marriages. And today they are old, but they are abroad. So when Bokwari came, you know, social media was trending. Majority of you young people that actually catches on the social media, you know, all those uncles that were usually posting prayer and they will tell you to forward it, share this, and a blessing will happen to you this week. All those old men abroad. We call them the Mumumadus. Buhari came as a punisher. They were seeing many of you young people achieving things that they dreamt of achieving when they were your age. So to them, if you are living better, of course, if Buhari says you are a criminal, if they say you are a Yahoo boy, then you are a Yahoo boy. Look at all of you. You think it's easy? All of you are opening your mouth anyhow. You think you can talk? You don't have respect. You don't do this and that. They are abroad. They will never go back to Nigeria. You know why? Because some of them have failed in life, failed in marriage, failed in everything, right? They are now liabilities in the countries they live. UK, America, Canada, everywhere. If they leave those countries, they will die within a year. You know why? Because they rely so much on the social amenities in these countries for their old age. But Buhari serves, they knew Buhari when he was young as well, when he was a young soldier, right? They were now deceiving the Buhari Danes, the Buhari Dideris back in Nigeria. So we have names for them like that. We have those ones we call the Mumu lecturers. Those are the ones who left Nigeria, but Nigeria didn't leave them. Those are the ones that you actually hear them talk, and you'll be like, maybe they talk, say this one is American. Nigerian America, Maybe they talk, say this one is British. Didn't they say this person is a doctor? How come is the bigotry in him is so terrible that you are beginning to question his intelligence, his exposure? No. They left Nigeria. Nigeria didn't leave them. We also have those ones we call the Bele lecturers. They are also abroad. Those ones, they are the smart ones. Those are the ones that will tell you what you need to hear. Normally, you look up to them. They are abroad anyway. They are fine. So, what would they be looking for? They must love Nigeria so much for them to be advising you to endure, because Rome was not built in a day. They are playing on your own psychological intelligence. I know them. So we call them the Bele lecturers because majority of them are controlled by their bellies. They are also mostly failed people as well abroad. But abroad covers all of us. You know what I mean? I can sit down here without £10 in my bank account. You won't know, right? And I can still live life in a way that makes it look like, he's actually happy. Do you get that? But there are many of us abroad that are looking for opportunities, appointments, political this and that, contract here and there. And what they do is that they lie to you. They make them your friends. Then they begin to drop this political conversation here and there. And you, the mumus in Nigeria, you begin to, thank you so much, my sister. As least there's somebody living abroad telling us everything. That's somebody who asks, but you know what? They are positioning themselves. Majority of them ended up being people who get paid for here to organize a support meeting, welcome party for the thieving Nigerian politicians from all tribes. Others, they are waiting for a call-up. As you are doing this, your election right now, majority of them are consultants for different political parties right now. They are telling you beautiful things about how Nigeria is going to be. It's a lie. They are coming back to take their own share. When they get what they want, they will return back to where they come from. And guess what? Because that's what Nigeria is to them. So I call them Bele lecturers. So they don't like me, and I don't like them. So if you hear all these names and you just join Mayegun's Diary Political, and some of them sounds offensive to you, you are either going to have to get used to it, or you would have to get out of here. Okay, respectfully, by the way. I want you to stay. All right? Many things that are happening right now in the elections of Nigeria for months now. I have spent more than 90% of my time explaining to people on this platform why you can't trust a system whose process is faulty. There's nothing wrong in challenging it. But let's put it this way. Social media these days, right, has given us enough power to get whatever we want, find whatever you want, any information that you want. And, it's such a powerful tool that before you wait for on the hour or on the clock news, those hourly news for updates, social media can take you straight to an event that is happening right there in the remotest part of the world. Trust me, this tool has found its way into the hands of the young people in Nigeria. Right? And the establishment, which you all know, right? Never took that lightly. So, freedom of information, freedom access to information, to be able to question what you have been told, lies and other things you have been told, became a national threat that they didn't announce. So somehow, a lot of you, which I actually have to, like, over time I've told you, I always wish you the best. I wish you the good luck. I wish you the success in whatever challenges you want to put up. Hang on, no, I will still come to that comment section yet. Okay, don't worry. Let anybody who is being unruly, let them continue to be unruly, okay? And you shouldn't be distracted, by the way, right? Pay attention. No. Yesterday on this program, when the election was going on and we were reporting all of the clashes, the violence, the attacks here and there, some of my callers who have been regulars on Mayegun's Diary Political came on here that without denying, right, that the effort as well as the movement of the obedient has actually shaken the establishment for the second time in 3 years to its foundation. And right now, even if they have to rig, they will just have to, they will end up triggering something even bigger than election, which then in a way is now pointing to what many people on this platform have been told many times, right? I am happy that a lot of you are coming to that reality that the participating in the election at first, knowing the 40 system and the 40 process that will produce all the candidates, as well as the process of the election, whatever they tell you, whatever INEC was telling you, I did tell you here, I said, do you actually believe that INEC is going to give you free and fair election? A lot of you were like, even if this is not going to be free and fair, the numbers of those that are against the system are enough that even if they rig you so much, it will still be difficult for them to declare themselves winner. Right now, yesterday, right? A lot of us saw what happened. And just like I wanted to say, right? Months back, I said, usually, whenever they are going for elections in Nigeria, it is not election. It is like war. So you have to build a room and you call it, to the public, right? You call it a situation room, okay? Situation report. But to you, right there in that room, it is called war room. Now, in the war room, they will put Nigeria map. For those of you who are participating in the political process for the first time, I mean, there's a record number of you who are participating in this electoral process for the first time in your life. Do you get that now? But I'm telling you something now. The way they normally do is that they will put Nigeria map. They will put it on the board. Now, on that board, right? You know, Nigeria map includes all the states, which also are sort of define the what do you call it? The regions. Now, when they do that, right, they will start looking for what are their chances on that chart, on that map. So for APC, Egbekegbe, what is it that will make them to lose the election? They have 22 governors ruling 22 states. They have the largest, the highest numbers of House of Representative members. I think they have about 200 or so out of 360 House of Representative members. They out of 109 or so senators, they are controlling the majority there. So to them, that is the starting point. So they will put all of those on those map where they come from. Now they will now build fictitious figures around them, right? And these figures will be their projection for the election. And PDP as well, they will do the same thing, okay? So what will now start is going to be the horse trading between them. That's when you'll be hearing PDP, they come to APC in Kano. APC, they come to PDP in Niger 2 days to election. So it will be horse trading. So everything was fine. And that's why they were laughing at many of you, obedient for months, that you will learn a lesson. Okay? Because at the end of the day, they will tell you to go to court. But that same court is controlled by the same establishment. If you won't go to court, if you go to the street after the elections, their soldiers are not there to prevent vote rigging. They are there to stop all of you because it's a strategy that has been put in place already. I am not trying to discourage you. Listen, there is still no clear winner, but I am only revisiting what we have already highlighted before now. Some of them, many of you are panicking right now. Yeah? Oh, they are rigging also. They have started rigging also. They have doing, you are saying all of that right now. But I can tell you this. When people said, if they have to rig this, they would have to do so much work. And by so doing, they are going to make so much obvious mistakes because the number against them is far, far larger than the number for them. So a few months ago, I said, they didn't take you serious. Because if you're going to be a problem, right? The way the establishment work is two horses like that, yeah? So the way it works is that you are going to see other presidential candidates from other political parties. But it will surprise you that majority of the excos from national to state level to local government level of some of those smaller parties, they are also affiliated to the two major parties, PDP, APC. So when election is getting closer, you will start seeing them adopting one or either of them. Because the way it works is that if you are the one in government, you are expected, okay, to start your systemic rigging from the moment people are signing up to registering to vote. That is called systemic rigging. A lot of you will rush down there. Not all of you will be able to register. That's the first one. They will disenfranchise some of you. Then after registering, right, when they begin to print your names, not many of you will see your names. They will disenfranchise some of you there. Because the moment you go and say, we want to register to vote, what you are doing is that they will have all the data. What do you think they do with them? They see what is coming. Then they use the data to plan systemic rigging. Just before you even thumbprint your first ballot, that is how the system works, right? So when they start distributing your cards, many of you won't see the cards, which means you are not going to participate either way. Then, when election day comes, you will still use the same system, INEC, to disenfranchise the people in your opposition strongholds. How do you do that? It is not always by thug. Let me tell you something. You see all the INEC officials you are seeing, they are members of PDP and APC. Do you know that? You don't? Okay, fine. The system that built INEC also gives the political parties, the major ones, the privilege to use the back door and nominate people that will serve their interest into the board of the same INEC. And when INEC submit the name, it's going to come through them. They will give it a stamp and pass. Systemic rigging. They plant them in there, the political parties, and with the connivance with the same INEC. So their election is about who can rig one more. So usually it's between the two major parties. Right? Then obedience came. The noise was too loud. They thought it was actually like one of those noise that would just disappear. We saw them. I have documentary of all the journey of the obedient. I mean, I have the journey of all of them that is participating in this year elections. Yes, in the diary. Here. They were not taken serious until December, when they went back to the numbers they have cooked up. And they realized that the places they called stronghold, there was some anger, rage brewing in those places. So what did they do? Should they now put you, the Obedient and Labour Party, in the picture? How are they going to work it? How are they going to rearrange all the numbers? This is going to be a problem. Anyway, there's still something they can do. What is that? Just tell INEC not to print their logos on some of the ballot papers. In fact, when it is time to deliver the polling unit and the election materials to them, sabotage it. How do you sabotage election materials? You are preparing for election for the past 3 years. The day of the elections, the materials to take to the polling units are not ready. Where they are ready, they are not complete. Where they are complete, some of them are not functioning. It is all deliberate. The people working in the IT of INEC, they are appointed by the politicians. They got into those positions due to their political connections. Do you not know that? That's why I said when I was saying that, did you believe that Nigeria is going to? INEC is going to conduct a free and fair election? Some of you said you will overwhelm them. You have overwhelmed them, and this is their way of fighting back. You are about to see why Nigeria is not working and why it will never work. Again, just make sure that even if where they have to arrive at the polling unit, make sure they either not arrive at all or they arrive late. All those things you are witnessing, they are deliberate. All of them deliberate. And you can tell they are all happening in southern Nigeria. Have you noticed? They are all happening only or mostly in southern part of Nigeria. In northern Nigeria, kids are voting. Nothing like any stress. They are, you know what I mean? They are telling themselves that hold on to those results. Let's look at what they are doing to themselves in the south. And look at it today. The loudest of all of you today are mostly from the southern Nigeria, where you have trounced, pounced, trashed, people destroying people, APC, Egbekegbe. But do you remember when I said, when they rig you, when they begin to announce results that doesn't reflect what you know, what are you going to do? So tonight, I saw where the Nigerian police that has looked away, where people are being brutalized and beaten and then some of them even killed. You won't believe that. The same police that looked away, today, they are now sending messages to some of you, the obedient. If you try any kind of protest because of this election, we will let you know that the security structure that we put in place for this election is still very much active. Really? I am not, I am not going to dampen your spirit, because everything they told us from Lagos seems to be, what do I mean by seem, are actually true. So I told you last night that with the numbers I have seen, if they no change your numbers, if they don't bring their abracadabra, it is either this your election is going to end up in a runoff, or Peter Obi is going to be declared your election winner, but will he be your president? That is the question I asked, that some of you said when you get to that bridge, you will cross it. Simply because of the result that they have been seeing up north. They have started burning the properties of Igbos in Borno. There are reports, there are videos, there are, you know what I mean? The biggest market in Borno, populated by the Igbos, have been set ablaze. Meanwhile, only 25% of the election result is said to have been submitted, and there is still no clear person leading. Imagine what they have in stock. Remember when I asked you 2 questions, then I said, you obedient, when they rig you and they declared Kalu the winner, what are you going to do? Okay, I think you said that Nigeria will go up in smoke, Nigeria will go this and that, if it's obviously that they rigged this whole thing. I said, okay. But what happened to you, the Kalu Tifnumbu supporters? What will happen if after all of this hateful, tribal, bigot and everything you've thrown at yourselves, what if the Peter Obi now becomes your president? What are you going to do? Are you going to start rioting? Are you going to start attacking the Igbos in the north? Did you remember I asked that question, by the way? Do you? I'm talking to the veterans who have always never missed anything on Mayegun's Diary Political. Do you remember that? Anyway, the option is now open to all of you who want to save Nigeria, the obedient, as well as the Agbadomites, as well as the Mekanites, as well as the Kwakwansiyas. The election figure coming from Lagos is showing that even if they have to rig for Kolu, Tinubu may not see 500,000 votes in Lagos. Can you believe that? Kano, where they have always been churning out fake election results of 1.8 million, 1.7 million. From their result I have heard so far, they only accredited less than 1 million people in Kano. Well, maybe the whole thing is not out yet anyway, but so far so good. It shows that they've only accredited there were about 1 million people in Kano. Abi, Lagos have the highest registered voters, highest numbers of people who have collected their voters card. Kano is the second highest, state with the highest registered voters, and Kano is also the second state with the highest, received PVC. In Lagos, 6.5 million people are said to have received their PVC. Maybe not. In Kano, more than 4 million are said to have received their PVC. But the total vote in Kano is probably going to be under 1 million. So there's nothing bulky coming from anywhere. Okay. So in Lagos Island, local government in Lagos, they said that APC scored 20,300. Labour Party scored 18,690 something. Very close. But when it got to Koshofe local government, almost now 10,000, the Labour Party take win them there. And everybody is actually screaming everywhere right now that the result they are announcing on TV is not the result they actually, they have written on their result paper. It is called rigging, okay? See, I understand everyone's apprehension and the way people feels right now. They are expected, everything happening right now, they are expected to happen. But what will happen after this is what many people don't really know. But I can tell you something. The only people that are prepared for the aftermath of this charade are the APC. They have the military, they have the police, they have the guns, they have the tanks, they have the choppers, they have the jets. They are the only ones that they are ready. The moment, in fact, some people are now saying maybe this whole thing of Naira's change of Naira, Naira scarcity and the rest of them, fuel scarcity towards election is probably a distraction from what they are actually planning to do. And I did say to you, I said, from the numbers we are getting from Lagos, I have seen with my own eyes, evidently, even if they declare Kolu winner, do you remember I said that even if Kolu wins Lagos, right, when you're going to check the margin, it's going to be so close that they have to rig so much to even make that happen. I know many people are actually so angry right now on social media and offline, mostly the Lagosians. Majority of you who said to yourselves yesterday that you did it. Yes, we did it. Right before your very eyes. They are manipulating this and they are announcing these numbers on their own national televisions so as to tell you to go to court later. Or if you eat the streets, there are tanks that you have not seen all this while, except 2 days or a day before the elections, right? You begin to see them rolled out again. But some said it will be NSAS too. I'm actually waiting to see that. But you have participated in their elections. You have validated the elections. Your reaction after this is going to be that If that happens, I'm just saying, if that happens, right, your reaction is going to now be labeled as sore losers. That if you are angry with the result, go to court, and you know that you can't go to court and come back and win anything, right? Some said that Obi is karma is going to go to court, but Obi doesn't really control the obedience. If their anger says that this is it, well, even Obi himself won't be able to beg them. All of these are what people have kind of expressed. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. And then the time is ticking. At Koshofe local government, this this announcement was made, and then I'll show you something from from one of their sermons in the church today.
57 AGP 116 APC 36883 36883 APGA 115 APM 37 APP 17 BP 154 LP 46554 46554 NNPP 902 NRM 29 PGP 405.
So that's Koshofe. But Tiff Numbu is clearing everywhere from the results being declared from Lagos, and every one of them is being disputed so far. However, we are waiting for the final result too. I mean, we would like to see. I told you that if you can't give him a landslide in Lagos, and you are looking up to forward to the north, they have already started promoting a propaganda right there on social media that Kolu is clearing the northern Nigeria, and Atifku is trailing from far behind. Like, it's like Kolu is already getting about 10 million from northern Nigeria. That's not true, because from what we have seen, the obedient, they actually made a guy who I was told, a former councillor in Kaduna of Kaduna Little Finger. So this guy, they said, was a councillor. And then after, when McCarthy was their governor, so they said he was a local government councillor. Then things really changed or took turn. Nigeria happened to him. So he ended up being an Okada rider. It was fine. And they said that this guy, when they were picking the forms for who is going to run for what office, the guy picked up the House of Representatives form of Labour Party. And from what we have heard, if they haven't changed the results, okay, the guy beat the incumbent PDP House of Representatives member representing that same constituency, right? Without spending a dime. I'll show you the guy. So if this happened in Kaduna, what else is going on? Or even with manipulation and every other thing, right? What else could be going on that they are not telling the people, because they are holding their election number, they are holding them to their chest. But there are areas that people are not very much, you know what I mean, buying them. So if that guy could become a rep member in a PDP stronghold, right? How much of, in fact, in Zaria, they said that the obedient, they had a strong showing in Zaria. But the result that will end up showing up on the INEC website is probably going to be otherwise. In a way, this is the only official result that has been declared by INEC, or should I say certified by them, and that is Ekiti State. Do you see the margin? Right? So this is what I'm saying. So if those in the eastern Nigeria, if they are not in any way disenfranchised as much as we have seen so far, yeah, you will know that the difference between the numbers are also going to tell you until they change it to share you get. Because I am only sharing with you what I believe are the real thing, but they said they are not. The real thing is what they are now announcing. The one that is now, in a way, is preparing the ground for what you and I are probably envisaging, but at the same time, we hope it never gets there, because once they cross that line, there's no coming back. I have started hearing some of you who said this is your last shot of trying to save Nigeria, or trying to, fight for Nigeria. That if they rig you out of this time around, that is it. You are done. You are done. You are not interested anymore. Okay. Their election season is coming to an end, and the establishment will do what they know how to do best. Now, if they are going to make enough mistakes that will trigger you, or not, we will see. But guess what? I have started seeing people writing, if they declare Tinubu winner, may Nigeria kuku break. Really? I told you, I said, if you put up for this fight and the establishment shows you who they are, open rigging, and they dare you, what are you going to do? Do your worst. I said majority of you are going to come back to agree with us and say, Nigeria can't be saved. Well, I can't fault you for trying. We have seen the effort. In fact, some of my friends are beginning to say, right, we are not giving you the credit that you deserve enough. Of course, there are mad people who want to keep the status quo due to whatever they are getting from it, or you know what I mean, as being part of it. Fine. But you have proven to us that if you are given the chance, you are ready to take it up with these criminals. That's what you are showing. This current activities that you are participating, this your experience. It's just to show to the rest of the world that if you are allowed, right, there are many, many of you that are not like those who are singing, who are doing the sing song for these criminals. That's what you have shown to us. But in Nigeria, there is no second place. See. Are you with me? In Nigeria politics, there is no second place. They practice something called winner takes it all. Trust me. There is nothing like we try. For daring them, there will be consequences. Trust me. And because it is winner takes it all, your friends, look at me very well, your friends that in fact voted for Obi, that you both did obedient this and that together, when this bell bang, they will turn to the establishment side, and you will soon realize that there are so many of you that are actually walking alone, but thinking you've got multitude around you. I have seen this happen many times. Oh, nearly. Oh, almost. Oh, when Nigeria finally happens, it is called winner takes it all. Until the next one. We have taught them a lesson. They will the next time, they will know that there's no next time. 4 years in your life, when their hand touch you, by the time you get to the end of that 4 years, you won't be this energetic. No, you won't be. That's if you are still alive. It would have turned you here and there, and you probably will be prouder of you in the past when that time comes. In 2022, 2023, me. I know they take nonsense. So we were doing all this, we are doing everything to. Oh, Baba, how come you are not doing that again? Baba, I'm telling you, I'm tired. Nigeria, not me again. I know they do again. That's the problem. A lot of you think you are going to be this energetic. If you're not ready for it, well, I'm not, again, it is not to demoralize you and make you feel like you are losing. I'm just saying, these guys, the establishment, they are about to show who they are. And they will do that so brazenly, right? Without no care in this world. Confidently. I told people when they were announcing the result of Ekiti, I said, for those of you who are new to Nigeria politics, there is so much to learn. And you'll come to that reality too and say, well, it doesn't seem that this place can be helped. Sure, many of you are already saying that, but don't say that yet. But you come to that reality soon. Okay? In Nigeria, you will see the people who are the returning officers for these dear elections. They are done of universities, lecturers, big professors. Are you with me? But the place is so corrupt. Nigeria is so corrupt that the people who are the victims of that corrupt system, like teachers, lecturers, who are going to determine if the politicians are going to succeed in stealing their pension, stealing their salary or not. But you see that season of that election, you go to say na juju. It's not juju. Professors, they will rig elections for thugs, criminals, all of these people, they will rig elections for them. And a few months after that, they will start giving warning of strike. If you don't pay us our emoluments, if you don't pay us our outstanding, the past government is showing us this and that. If you don't do this, we are going to go on strike. I say, it is a corrupt place. Watch all of them when they are reading their election results. They are professors, these are professors. So people they not be illiterate, but the election results that they personally entered into the election result sheets themselves will become something so difficult to read. Go and watch all of their announcements. Pay attention to that part. You will be hearing, they will be correcting them. What are you saying? Can you please go back again? Please go back again. Can you go back again? Because they are all altered numbers. It is a theatrical show. Everybody should come and play his part. Make it look legit. Participating in it legitimizes it. Not participating in it also have its own consequences. I didn't participate in it. And I have made peace with the consequences of not participating in your elections. You know what that means? It simply means that when you don't participate in elections, right, as they say, then you are the people electing the worst to rule over the people. I agree, but don't blame me. Look at the system that produced all of the candidates. Do you want to pretend that that is not normal? The process of selecting them, their primaries, and all of those charade that surrounds all of their selections, do you think that is normal? So if a system that produces those criminals gives you the option of criminals, the constitution you can't choose which one you think is better. They say, all of them are the same. Sorry, 1 second though. There are some things that some of you are newcomers, okay? So if you see, especially on YouTube, okay, if you see any of these stray dogs from the Lagos Agberos, as much as you can, please notify me, okay? Just say, Mayegun, we don't see another one. Mayegun, we don't see another weary. They don't listen there, but they always come back here to watch me. You get that? Like, you know, Mayegun doesn't like you. I don't like you. And I don't like you. No, it's not because of, what do you call it? It's not because of your choice, but it is because of your way of defending your choice. I don't like you. Your choice is a threat to my life. Nigeria establishment and all of you dear supporters, you are a threat to the life of every Nigerian that you can see anywhere, including your own lives too. So when you know that I don't like you, this guy don't like Tinubu at all, this guy is this or that, then why do you always have to grab your phone to tune in? To start disgracing your family or family name on social media? I know some of you are probably are so like, who is your baba? You this Mayegun? Who is your father in Yoruba land? I say, somebody where they support Tifnumbu, we no bold enough to even put his father's name as his second name. Nile Yoruba. Somebody we know they proud, to identify with his own biological mother and biological father. It didn't drop from the sky. The only story is that he was adopted by his Lagos mother. But who born him? Who be in papa? Person we know they proud. Then you jump up. If you get shame, you jump up and you say, who is your baba in this land? My papa is Badero of Okeagbo, Ijebu Igbo. Who is Tifnubu's father? And from where? Lori Brukuni. Like him distracting you. Anyway, the what do you call it? The other part there is that the Agberus, right, who have formed this Voltron, right? When you make all those choices, your choice are threat to the life of many of us. So I have made peace with my decision not to participate. I know that the worst case that will happen will be Nigeria still dwelling in corruption, still dwelling in bad leadership, still dwelling in selfish people, still dwelling being led by all kind of criminals. I know. Go and look at the process that produced them. Just take a look. I say somebody killed those who tried to stop him from becoming a candidate, or somebody who actually attacked those who were trying to stop him from being a candidate. Then he becomes candidate, or somebody who bribed his way to become a candidate. Then he becomes a candidate, and they're now presenting him as honorable excellency. So to me, Eloma Shembe. So if you now look at me and say, well, it doesn't really matter anyway. However, somebody raised the alarm, right? It's not even someone. I think there's so many alarms out there, right? There's a particular one I will take you to. This one happened in a cotton in Lagos. When they talk about structure, and it's so sad, it is so sad that a lot of these guys that were everywhere gaslighting people and doing all of that, right? They were unable to be on ground to actually make up the number. So when they talk about this structure, that it's actually about thuggery, violence, manipulation, bribery, intimidation, even death. In Rivers State as we speak right now, Omo. Take a look at this.
This is Fumi from Alimosho. See, we are Ikot local government, and then these people have started beating us here. They're beating some of our people. They're beating most of our people there. They're beating some of our people there. They are started though. They are beating us. They are beating us here. They are beating us. They are injuring us here. Please, we need people to come to our rescue. Please come to our rescue. This is Fumi from.
Sorry, nobody is coming, okay? They just wanted them to change results. Those are collation centers all over Lagos. For the places where they couldn't do or get them to change the results, they started sending personal threats to people that they considered as ringleaders or the head or points men or women, who are encouraging the people from voting for Tifnumbu. So violence forcing people is actually Take a look at this.
Guys, I'm Eunice Atuejide, the Labour Party candidate for Apapa Federal Constituency in Lagos, and I'm the one that posted the video showing us how INEC officials were manipulating our results in Apapa early this morning about 4 or 5 a.m. The problem now is that they are threatening to kill me. They want to eliminate me because I refuse to negotiate and accept any kind of incentives in order to stand down my activities to help us. For me, the most important thing right now is for all of us to go to our local government area coalition centers and begin to demand that the real results that we did at our different polling units are the results that goes up to INEC and comes out of the whatever servers and beavers, whatever. We should go back to the beavers results. Hopefully they've not erased them or manipulated them. Get those results that are the real results that we did at our various polling units. Get them up. Get them up. If you get them up, P2B is winning this election today, not tomorrow, not at the court. We can't trust our court systems because we see a lot of results out of our court systems that are very far away from any reasonable argument any normal human being can make. So let's not risk it that we have to take our evidence to court and start proving that we won this election. Let's win it. Let's really win it and let them go and prove that we didn't. So the trick for me is that we get out there, 74 local government areas where they have INEC coalition centers. Go there, insist that the right results are uploaded, and we will see that P2B won this election. Anything other?
Atuje, she's talking about this video, by the way.
And the funny thing is that the results that they are bringing from the see one feel iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe yẹn ìdí iṣẹ́ yẹn iṣẹ́ yẹn. Beavers, yes.
Why are you talking like this now?
He's actually telling you facts.
We were searching for you. You went into hiding.
And then I want Tipex everywhere. No, it's the truth, Yes, the thing he's doing is wrong because we are seeing the results here and not the results we had at the polling units. And he needs to stop what he's doing because he's not entering everything into the master sheet for the beavers. Yes. Gbogbo nǹkan tẹ̀ ṣe yìí sí ó ti wà invalid already. Now lórí beavers and then gbogbo result tó enter sí láti ìgbàta ká tó wá síbi àti ṣe now.
Just 2 units láti ṣe ń dà rẹ̀.
Yes, then wọ́n wá bí sí gbogbo result tó enter bí is what happened at the polling units. Kò lọ ẹjẹ́ àti ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ báyìí ẹjẹ́ á lo beavers. Yeah, ẹjẹ́ á lo beavers. No, what is the truth? Otolonso because what he change results. What he change results? What he change results? Gbogbo ẹ̀ àti gbogbo kini yìí sí irọ́ ni. Gbogbo ẹ̀ irọ́ ni. Yes, we do. It doesn't matter. The beavers has the results. Let's go and get the beavers. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Kò tó ṣe é sí. Kò tó ṣe é sí kò lọ. What he's doing now is not correct. He's entering manual results and it's not what we did at the polling units. They are entering manual results and it's not what we did at the polling units. And he's entering it into the master sheet. And he's doing it from look at all the Tipex that are in see. And they expect us to keep quiet about it. We told him to get the beavers machine. Let's start entering from the beavers, which is what we started doing from the other polling units. He says no. But look at all the Tipex.
That's what, all you are saying is called rigging, okay? See, don't let anybody sugarcoat anything, okay? It's rigging. That's, lifetime rigging that you are witnessing, okay? They will do it in the open space. That's what they are doing. And guess what? That's just from the polling unit or collation center at the local government level. There are other people at the top layer. Those ones are the professors that will end up announcing the results. See this one, They caught her. She's a professor. People will strike for 8 months. 8 months because APC failed to pay them. And they continue to blackmail them. They even divided their union. But you see elections in Nigeria. Elections, censor, immunization. They are like the special hot cake for civil servants in Nigeria, especially school teachers. When it comes to elections, at the top, they will pick university professors to come and perfect it. Imagine somebody we no collect salary for 8 months under APC, Egbekegbe, Lafia in Nasarawa. Watch this.
Madam, how did you do this collation? With who did you do this collation?
Only APC agent with her.
Madam, how did you do this? Madam, how did you do this collation? With who did you do this collation?
Only APC agent with her.
Madam, how did you do this?
So is that not? I mean, some will say poverty does that to them. Some says an average Nigerian is actually wicked. You know what I mean? Like, if you see Nigerians anywhere in the world, they are among the kind of the kindest people, or maybe not. But an average Nigerian is very selfish, self-centered, and wicked. And this cut across all tribes. Everybody get their own different wickedness, and they see it as normal. But how do you wicked yourself? She took the result sheet away from the people that needed to fill in the results. And when she was caught, she's already filled the result in there. They were asking her, and then they caught her. The police caught her getting away out of Lafia, the state capital. They dropped and they arrested. She's under arrest there with already filled results favoring APC. Egbekegbe. Like, what is going on? Somebody, mama, we no get salary, we don't pay salary for 8 months. I don't know if they have started paying them. That's as if they have paid them anyway. But they are all scattered across Nigeria right now, doing the work of the devil in order to keep all of you in that bondage, no matter how much you try. Trust me. Look at this one. This one is from Rivers State. Talk about manipulation, Nigeria election 2023.
Good evening, everyone. This is Emmanuel Elvis, a Labour Party agent, reporting from Comprehensive Secondary School, Oginiba, Polling Unit 96. The whole of Rivers State, INEC Rivers State, is working with Nyesom Wike, the governor of Rivers State. They disconnected their network. They could not upload our results because Labour Party is winning everywhere. Labour Party has cleared the whole Rivers State, and because of that, they are working with INEC Rivers State. They could not upload our this thing. They said they should bring all the polling units. No one is working. They couldn't upload the result from the polling unit. They said they should bring all the result to INEC office, and that's not what INEC told us. They said every result should be uploaded from the polling unit. Now the chairman, Obiakpolo government chairman George Arolo, came to Oginiba town hall, and when he saw the result that Obi is winning, he chased everybody out and locked the gate. They are shooting everywhere in the whole of Oginiba. They want to manipulate the result. I'm reporting live now from Oginiba Comprehensive Secondary School, polling units 96 and 97. So they are trying all means to manipulate this result. Everywhere in Rivers State, Obi is winning, as in with the high. But in fact, in my own polling unit, APC did not got 1 vote in presidential election. APC not got 1 vote in presidential election. PDP got only 1 vote. So that's how it has been in all the polling units. And now they are looking for a way to manipulate it. Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike is the one doing it. We got reliable information. They're working with the INEC Rivers State. So we need to everything possible need to be done. Labour Party need to sit up. They need to take this. They need to follow this result up to the end, because they must not manipulate it. No single polling unit is APC winning. APC is not winning any single polling unit. PDP is not winning any single polling unit. Labour Party is winning everywhere, including.
I know, my brother. A lot of people are going to tell you that that's the lesson they told you that you are going to learn. INEC told the whole world that their own electoral act says the results, the vote, when you finish voting and you count your votes, the result of that vote, right, should be announced at the polling unit. And right there, you should make sure that your electoral officer there impute your result into their beavers machine and post it right there. When the abracadabra started, the same man who has been going from one media house to another for the past 2 years, explaining and then practicalizing what the beavers is going to do, how the beavers is impregnable, how beavers is this or that. In fact, how this election is going to be impossible to rig because of their technology. I'm sorry. I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at him. Okay, not you. So he was talking about all of this and the Electoral Act law because it was backed by law. The same guy was on Channels TV this evening, responding to people who said, why are they not uploading the results immediately where they declare the results? How come it's taking 2 days to announce the results? The guy said, there is no law that back the announcement of the result. It's just an idea to help people understand the system better and get people closer to the electoral process to understand. So they have to make a law that says they have to post your results there. Since that one said, INEC told them that they can post the results, but somehow they chased him out of his polling unit last night, making that video. You get what I mean? So there's another part. I'll let you listen to that. Then I'll show you how Nigeria is a crime scene. And I'm so sorry. And I told you, I said, don't, if possible, please don't attach your emotion to these their elections because it will cost you a lot when everything comes back. Not as you expected, because they will do what you think they would never try and do. And the point is that, what would you do? What are you going to do? Pray? Go away? Or, I don't know. You guys this
They are trying all means to manipulate this result. Everywhere in River State, OB is winning, as in with the high. But in fact, in my own polling unit, APC did not got 1 vote in presidential election. APC not got 1 vote in presidential election. PDP got only 1 vote. So that's how it has been in all the polling units. And now they are looking for a way to manipulate it. Governor, River State Governor, yes, on weekend, is the one doing it. We got reliable information. They're working with the INEC River State. So we need to everything possible need to be done. Labour Party need to sit up. They need to take this. They need to follow this result up to the end because they must not manipulate it. No single polling unit is APC winning. APC is not winning any single polling unit. PDP is not winning any single polling unit. Labour Party is winning everywhere, including Obiakpon government chairman polling unit. Labour Party clear everything. I'm talking of a polling unit that have over 500 accredited voters, and APC could not even get up to 10 votes to tell you how it's working here. So please, today everybody that know what to do and you know the relevant authority to.
I know, my brother. I know. I can feel that energy rush. You know that.